Hey, welcome back to part 2 of Toyhio Toy Show. Alright guys, so we'll get things started off here by swinging by my booth. Toyhio went really well for me. It was a blast. I liked my booth set up. I was in the corner. This was the first time I've ever been in the corner. I really liked that it was over there. It gave me a lot of room that you don't usually get a bunch of room for. The show is really enjoyable. I got to meet a ton of people, and let me tell you, there's nothing better than when someone finds that toy they've been looking for, for a couple months, or maybe their whole life, or they just find that thing that they forgot they had as a kid. It's so much fun. I highly recommend you get out to a toy show if you haven't been before. So, moving away from my booth here, we'll go and look at the rest of the show. The Shogun Warriors Godzilla right there, really cool guy. That's something I hope to add to my personal collection someday. I'm hoping he'll just, come in a collection I pick up, and that'll be the way he finds his way home to me. But they're always nice to see out in the wild, and that one actually had its little lever back there that's always broken off, which is really cool to get to see. One thing this show had to offer was quite a bit good examples of the Masters of the Universe. A couple different booths, all had really nice Skeletors and He-Mans. The more obscure characters, they had some too, but it was really repping out strong with the He-Man Skeletors at this show. This is my friend Clifton's setup. He always brings really good representation of all the different toy lines. He's got some card figures, some loose figures, some more obscure toy lines like Girard Warriors, to the more common stuff like Star Wars and G.I. Joe. From Clifton's booth, we go right on over to my buddy Ed's. Ed always brings, these really nice, I don't even know what you call them, like pegboard rack things. They're really nice because they let you go through a variety of stuff, and it kind of brings you back to that feel of being at the store. One piece that Ed brought that I just wanted to take a moment to highlight was the blue snaggletooth right there. Everyone loves a good blue snaggletooth. That concludes Clifton and Edward's booth, so we're right back out there searching around on the toy show, seeing what all we can see. I always love these R2-D2 coolers. This one was in pretty rough shape right there. It was really yellowed, had some cracks. Definitely pass on it for me, but it was a good starter piece if you didn't have one already. This action figure right here, the Meat from Rocky, I find just absolutely hilarious. I love the Rocky movies, and I just love the fact that they actually made an action figure of the Meat that he punched. This giant Superman coming up right there is pretty cool, I thought. Had to show him off. Now this here was another first for me, guys. They had an entire table dedicated to Star Trek. I mean, the people that were setting up there, you know, were dressed up in costume. They were selling Star Trek stuff. Definitely a first time for to see, you know, a Star Trek table. Now, another interesting thing about being where the show was, the place where it was at had like a bar at it, so the people that set up over there could set their stuff up on the bar, and it was really interesting to, you know, just kind of walk around and you see a bar top full of toys. This table here had a really good selection of the Batman figures here, and you know, it transitioned right on in from the Batman figures right on into the Gentle Giant Jumbo figures. I really like the Gentle Giant Jumbo figures. They just take up a lot of space, so I'm not able to invest in them. This booth setup right here was fully loaded. I mean, it was absolutely packed, and it had, you know, the most common figures, and it had those nice rarities that you don't get to see every day. He had, you know, some nice graded figures. He had some, you know, good loot. Like, just, it was just a really good setup. He had those really rare Star Wars figures I'm showing off right here. He's got that blue snake, the Imperial Gunner. He's got those droids, those Ewoks, those last 17. You know, really repping it out hardcore.
So I'm out here and I ran into Scott from Scott Sketches. So Scott here does amazing artwork. I'll show you guys some of that here shortly. So Scott, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Scott, and you can follow me on my YouTube channel, Scott Sketches, where I do a lot of speed drawings and some art tutorials. So yeah.
Awesome. So how long have you been doing art for a living, or, you know, a hobby, whatever you want to call this right now?
Well, I've been drawing since I could pick up a pencil, but I would say probably the last, it's kind of a gray area, but probably about the last 10 years or so.
10 years, man, that's really awesome. So what is it about art that just makes your passion live on for that, makes you want to do this?
I just love to draw. Yeah, I just love making stuff, and sometimes people pay me to do it. It's really great.
That's awesome. Guys, Scott Sketches, I'll link to his YouTube channel down below.
All right, see you guys.
Here you guys have it, some of his artwork. His pieces were fantastic. I mean, look at this, guys. I think they speak for themselves, so I'll let them do that. Now, back on over to the toy side of the toy show. Here we go. The turtles at this booth, guys, were on point. They had some great card figures as well as some good loose ones. Like, look right there, that's Hotspot. Super rare figure for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's right on up with Scratch. Now, here is something that I have never seen before, guys. A tri-logo yak face card back. You just don't come across those. If you're looking for vehicles to go along with your toy collection, this guy had an absolute armada. He had everything from the flag to, you know, his tanks, everything. Turbo tanks, good variety over here. You could easily fill up your, you know, your troops with every vehicle you needed. Another rare piece that you don't get to see very often are the original G.I. Joe gliders, and these two right here were both in the box. Here we have some more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, some loose with the card backs and others that are still sealed on card. Now guys, I absolutely love toy shows, and I'm sure you guys all know that from watching my videos. I'm sure you've all smashed that like button and hit the subscribe button, but you know, just out of curiosity, how many of you guys have actually got to go out and experience a toy show? Let me know down in the comments below.
What's up, guys? I'm out here with Tom and Rick. Tom and Rick here put on the Toyhio Toy Show, and let me tell you, it was a great time. This was my first Toyhio, but I'll let them talk about the show a little bit here.
Yeah, this is the fourth show that we've had in the Metroplex. It's out here in Youngstown, Girard, Ohio. Pretty big venue. This show we had 163 tables, which was really cool. Under 2 years ago, I don't know, we were just talking about this, under 2 years ago, we just had a fire hall with 20-some tables, and now we're already running this with 163. So.
Yeah, last show was 93 tables. This one we went to 163. We took over the entire Metroplex. It's our summer show. Our next show is going to be February 8th, which usually our winter show is the bigger one.
Yeah.
This show we probably did right around 1,000 people. Line out the door. for early bird, went all the way down the side of the building, which I think the line for early bird this time around was a lot longer than the line it was for this past February show.
So guys, what was your like inspiration and motivation, you know, to start this show and keep it going?
So I always tell it like this. I was a professional wrestler for 8 years. My knees are destroyed. I can't do it anymore. The first thing I did, I started selling him all my stuff, and I was like, yo, dude, instead of me selling, like, let's start a toy show. And it was something he's been wanting to do for a long time.
Yeah, we booked that fire hall, and then it just snowballed from there.
Nice. Okay, cool. Well, guys, the next Toyhio will be in February. I'll link to their information in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and don't forget to smash that subscribe and like button.